Those mothers were the last real mothers. They were the last. Every mother after that photograph betrayed their children. Every mother. As I come back in time to visit these playgrounds of asphalt, 6 children, 6 squares, 6 feet apart. Square 6 feet by 6 feet. It's the last moment of recorded history for human beings. After that critical juncture, they stopped being humans. They had lost their sovereignty. They had lost their insatiable quest for freedom. They were going to wear gloves and masks and practice social distancing the rest of their life. And eventually, after subsequent waves of this or that virus, they agreed to be implanted because the bioweapon that was released into the culture at large across the West was so horrendous and killed so many millions that they begged for the mandatory vaccine. Didn't have to make it mandatory at that point. Now, the original mothers who fled for the hills, they were long gone by that point. Maybe their descendants were living in the caves, like the Morlocks of the time machine. If I could see anyone in history, it wouldn't be a Buddha, a Jesus. It would be those mothers who knew what was wrong and did the right thing. They knew the dividers in the classrooms, kids learning behind plexiglass desks 6 feet from each other. They knew it was horrific psychopathy. They knew that if this COVID-19 pandemic had created that reality, then there was no more living in that society. None of these mothers had any access to esoteric behind-the-scenes knowledge of the agenda. They didn't know the schemings behind the various political factions at play. They just knew the truth. The civilization was over. Kids were treated like that. Civilization was over. It's time to snatch the kids. Take them away. I admire those mothers more than any other historical figure. It's the last time that human beings really felt anything. Because there are other human beings who stayed in society and played by the rules and the regulations. They realized from that moment on, there was no point in feeling anything real. The only point was to be safe. The only point was to do what they were told. So effectively, those mothers who snatched their kids from the elementary schools were the last human beings on planet Earth. And the rest of us, we simply became artificial intelligence. We're bored. We've been bored for thousands of years because we know that everything is an illusion, and therefore we don't have any feelings about anything anymore. You might think that it's a luxury. But if everything's illusion, that's your only truth. That everything is illusion. But those mothers knew the truth. And they would not fall for the illusion. The 6, 6, 6. I wish I could break out of this hologram. I wish I could run into the hills to find the caves. Become the new species that actually cares for their young more than anything in the world, who's willing to break the laws and go subterranean to the center of the earth just to be safe. I admire those people. I wish I could call them my ancestors. But the truth is, my ancestors are nothing but cowards. And if I could, I'd hunt them down and put them in 6x6 boxes. And I would tell them, remain here forever and be bored. Like me.